Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? Welcome back to the stream. I hope everybody is well. It is Monday, the 1st of December. Yeah, we're going December 2025. You lot is like, oh, Christmas is only 25 days away. I looked at the calendar and I was like, God, oh my God, Ramadan is only like under 2 months away. I can't wait. I literally did that this morning. I looked at my calendar. I was like, oh my God, we're so close to Ramadan. I can't wait. Also, still got my cough. Hi, hello. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is well. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Man, I had a productive weekend, chat. I got through so many emails, so many messages on so many of my social media platforms. You know, there's so much content creators who cough here like me, who YouTube has forcefully turned off their comments because like they might have kids in their video, whatever. But in one sense is bad, and in one sense is good, because like when I was just streaming on one platform, it's fine. It's kind of manageable, right? Like dealing with chats and notifications for one channel, but doing it for two is crazy. And then I got to deal with emails on top of that, so it's too much. I think if I would have started streaming and YouTubing at the same time, I might not have ever created a Discord. And I don't know if I would have interacted with YouTube comments that much. It's just so time consuming. It's crazy. I got up Sunday, right? So I was doing loads of video editing stuff and everything like on Saturday, and Sunday I was like, bro, I'm getting PTSD about these notifications and all these emails and all these YouTube notifications. I was like, I'm gonna sit here for a couple hours. I gotta do these because they're just building up, man. And I like Sunday morning, I was just there, tap 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 tap. By the time I was done, right, I came back a couple of hours later. I wanted to pull my hair out because I had twice the notifications before. Because I was when I was replying to everybody's messages, Twitch chats, Discord messages, emails, or YouTube messages, everybody was replying back. So I went back and I was like, oh my God, this is just a mistake. This is a mistake. What did I do? Anyway. That was my Sunday, everybody. And then Saturday, man, chilling. I actually watched a TV show. I know, it's crazy. I had time to watch a TV show and a movie over 2 days. I don't know what happened. I was just like, oh, you know what? I can't be bothered to go into the office and like edit videos or something. I was just kind of, zoned out in front of the TV while like doing messages also, because I had my laptop in front of me. But yeah, I managed to. I can't believe it. I watched Warrior again, and I came to the conclusion, right? Also, what's going on, Cora? Welcome back to the stream. Or should we call you More? Because he changed his name to More Divex, chat. He doesn't know. He's too much of a zoomer to know the reference. He probably doesn't know what DivX is. He probably does, but his name is More now. What's going on, More? Welcome to stream. Also, I should load up YouTube chat just in case. Old. So yeah, I've seen. So what happened is, oh, bro, AI. You know how you posted a video, and you said, oh, I didn't want to post this video because there's too much AI voiceover, right? Dude, it's the norm on YouTube now. And it's so freaking triggering. But sometimes you get clickbaited, and even though this is a trash video, you get clickbaited into clicking the trash video. And so I was editing some videos on Saturday, and something came up in my feed. It said, oh, when Chinese masters get destroyed by real fighters or something like that. I clicked the video, and in like 30 seconds, you could tell it was like a video stitched together with AI voiced over and all that. And then I just watched it, and it led me on to like other fighting videos, and I just got caught in a loop for like 20 minutes. So like, one after one. And basically what happened was that Warrior scene came in, was on one of them for, because if you haven't seen the movie, you don't know what I'm talking about. And I was like, oh, I should rewatch that. And then I ended up watching that, and man, it's weird how much I didn't like UFC to the point like I find the UFC enjoyable now. Like I still won't go out my way to watch it, but to the point I cringed and despised it. No, despise is probably a bit harsh. I was just like, bro, this is just brutal. This isn't as good as boxing because these mans are just injuring each other on another level. And now, like I say, like I religiously, I should be careful when I use that word, but I watch the Khabib fight versus McGregor like once a year, popcorn out. I'm like, fuck him up, bro. Smash him. Fuck him up. But that's because, I hate McGregor. But like a couple of years ago, I wouldn't even be able to watch that. And anyway, the reason I bring this up is I watched The Warrior again because I must have watched it when it first came out. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize this was so UFC based. And I was like, oh, maybe like I thought it was good then, but I watched it again. I was like, it's still pretty enjoyable. And another thing I didn't realize is it's just a modern day take on Bloodsport. If you haven't watched Bloodsport, Van Damme Bloodsport, go watch it, right? And I was like, oh yeah, it's just a modern day Bloodsport, but more family drama and less fighting. UFC is actually safer than boxing. I mean, I could see it, right? Because in UFC, you ain't going for tempo blows as much, right? Where boxing, like the main objective is punch to the face, isn't it? So you're more likely to probably get concussions. Like maybe I understand what you're saying, because there's other ways to win the fight and all that, and but I was thinking this the other day. I wanted to take up some kind of mixed, like physical sport or like physical fighting sport, and I was just like, I look at it, and that Eubanks video always comes up in my feed. Like, the fighter he injured, and then they did something a couple of years ago where he apologized and like did the whole episode around it, right? And I just look at that and I was like, bro, it's not worth it, man. Like what we know about concussions now, and like how like even the lightest blow to the head, like it just messes up your brain so much. Is just, it would be great if there was some like combat sport where there was no facial blows or something, because your body can heal really, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's never gonna be like brain damage is just too much, man. So anyway, sorry, what was I? Freaking this discussion is going everywhere. So I watched that, and then I was like, the what do you call it was coming up in my feed for Stranger Things, and it's funny that we talk about Stranger Things because we were just talking about Metroid in the Discord, and these lot was making fun of me because I don't like horror, and I don't. But there's certain things that I'll watch that are like cultural zeitgeist, even though they're horror. So like, I'll play Resident Evil even though I don't like horror, right? And I started watching Stranger Things even though I don't like horror. And then now I've started it, I gotta finish it. So season 5 just dropped, so we can talk about it. I try not to go spoilery, but it's trash. Okay, the TLDR. Oh man. I think like after season 4, they were never gonna be able to live that up because season 4 was so good, air quotes good, because it was scary as hell. So I think season 1 and 4 were the best, but everybody started watching that show because of the 80s vibe, not necessarily the horror, for me anyway. So I didn't like the show because of the horror, but then season 4 was so scary and I was like, holy shit, is scary. But then like season 5 was dropped and it's not scary, and it's not really doing the 80s vibe no more. And because they took a couple of years off from filming it, all of them like kids are just grown-up adults now, and it's just such a weird vibe, bro. Like the main guy they're trying to show as, first guy that got abducted, you could just see his shaving line in like all through the first season. He's got that green, when you just started shaving, whatever, and it's just adults like running around, and it just seems so awkward, man. It's just like, yeah, like I wonder if there was ever meant to be a season 5, or they should have just made one more episode in season 4 and finished it, because it's not great at all, man. Wow. Anyway, so that's my review on that. So all of it hasn't dropped. I think the like Netflix has learned. Like, remember when they originally was dropping their series and it was like, we're gonna drop it all in one go, watch it how you want, blah blah blah. But then subscriptions are down and everything, and now everybody realizes you got to keep everybody engaged on all your platforms, right? So now they usually, when they drop series, they drop like first half and second half. The first half was like a couple of weeks ago, and the next half is like 26th of December, and then the final is 1st of January, right? So that's what you want to be watching one day after Christmas or on New Year's. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know where I found the time. It was crazy, chat, because I was shocked by was like, damn, I found trying to watch a movie and like 4 episodes of a TV show. But it was probably because of that messages and emails, and I was like, all right, I need something on in the background while I do this. So, and then yeah, I'm deleting my Discord. I'm disabling all messages on my WhatsApp videos. I joke, but you know. Early Pride was more brutal, but also more fun to watch. Goddamn, Yakuza ties ruined that though. I have no idea what your reference is. I'm still watching The Expanse. It's really good. I'm not normally into space sci-fi stuff either. S1 for me was a little rough. I haven't got into space. I love space sci-fi. I haven't got one into a long time, but because there was a period where like all TV shows were hella lewd. Especially sci-fi. There was a time where sci-fi wasn't that lewd, man. Sci-fi horror was lewd in the 90s, so you had to be kind of careful of that. Oh, somebody's shouting outside my door. But yeah, sci-fi these days is lewd as shit, man. So, you know, I just don't watch it anymore. Isn't there a lot of sex in Expanse? Am I thinking of something else? Man, but it's kind of giving me the urge to get into a TV show, because I realized it's kind of nice to have something on in the background to like zone out on. Just like, it's just a change of pace, man, from like just being on, because like YouTube, bro, YouTube might be done, you know, with this AI stuff and all that. I think they might have ruined YouTube. Like I don't like watching YouTube no more. So maybe you now go back, because, you know, TV shows were dead and TV was dead and all that because YouTube and social media. But like, if AI is ruining YouTube now, you don't know what's real and what's fake. You might be forced to go back to watch the TV shows and all that, because even though, you know, it's scripted drama, it's not fake, right? Fake, you know what I mean by fake characters, right? It's like somebody writ this and somebody acted this, rather than is not generative AI. Yeah, just YouTube is really giving me the ick at the moment. I wonder if platforms like Twitch will get a boost in viewership because of that then. Because when you're interacting with real people, you at least know they're real people. I guess the problem that is, one, cam streamers will benefit. I'm not a cam streamer, especially in the age of AI, right? That how would people know is a real person? The cam streamers might benefit a lot now. But the other problem with Twitch is, because there was so much anime avatar stuff and VTuber stuff anyway, that just leads into the AI stuff, right? So like, it would have been a negative on that side anyway. But it's gonna be an interesting couple of years, man. I wonder what happens to online content now, because this like I think it's so bad. Like, I can't use YouTube search anymore to find random videos, because I don't know if they're real or fake. So if I'm looking like, oh, for like rhino attack or some shit, just type it into YouTube chat and see what comes up. And you're like, what is real? What is fake here? What is AI? What is the AI channel? Oh man, it's got a motorboat, man, because as a YouTube content creator, is kind of shit. It's kind of shit. Like, maybe it does drive more people to TikTok, because like the problem with YouTube AI videos is it takes you a couple of minutes to realize, oh, if this is an AI video, and you're like, oh, I just wasted 3 minutes of my life. At least if you're watching a TikTok, is like 15 seconds, and even if you realize, oh shit, this is AI nonsense, then you could just move on. You see what I mean? It's less time invested. I don't know. I don't know, man. I reckon that must have been the reason I watched a movie and a couple of TV shows this weekend. I don't want to browse. I don't want to browse YouTube anymore. There's gonna be 2 sex scenes. There is. This is why AI going mainstream was a mistake, but also a blessing. Blessing for speed of improvement, curse for how people use it. Man, I don't like, people are saying the AI bubble is gonna burst. I don't know, you know. It might be one of these things where, yeah, I don't like, people are like pretty like confident the AI bubble is gonna burst. What there was like, oh, because they said the same thing when the .com bubble was gonna burst. but even though it burst, but then everything went online anyway. So even though, let's say the AI bubble does burst, but it's just gonna come back with more quality later. Like, I don't think it's going away. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to think, like, I guess one thing that could probably hurt it a little bit is like all these AI services, they start charging. Okay, like, here's the best case scenario. Sorry, this is a side tangent. I don't know why we're talking about. Yo, Waffles, what's going on, bro? See, for one day he comes out earlier at the beginning of the stream so we could talk. So he doesn't come in here and I have to ignore him like he's got freaking I gotta think of something bad to say that is not offensive. That like his breath don't smell of shit or something. And I'm like, I'm trying to avoid. Bro. At work, don't have to talk, just say, okay, see? And the one time he comes in early where I can't talk to him, he's like, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you. Dan Hauser said he's going to be using AI in his new game, but not to do everything. It's more like tool. Ooh, people probably push back on that. So here's what I think. Let's say the AI bubble bursts, right, chat? And then these companies can't afford to run these servers anymore. So they start having to charge for viewers to use the AI tools. So you gotta have a subscription, or each time you produce a video, they charge you, unless they do it like ads based, right? But if nobody wants AI anyway, because ads are not going to be on the AI videos, so they have to do it like subscription. That could maybe slow it down a bit, because the problem is every normie has access to it. So anybody could just chuck out the AI junk as well. Sure, you're still going to have that problem because the people who make AI videos make money from ads from AI videos. So they'll be willing to pay the subscription service to use these AI stuff, right? So you still have that problem, but it adds a little bit of a barrier to entry, right? And then companies can still use it for work productivity stuff because it's still going to be cheaper for them. So they're willing to pay for it, right? It's just a bad tool. And it's good for search engine stuff and sure, whatever, air quotes good, right? But you know what I mean? To speed certain stuff up. But like, yeah, AI video and AI articles is a mistake, man. And the government wants to introduce it in the UK anyway to catch for fraud and mistakes, whatever. And people are pushing back and saying, yo, AI has so many mistakes. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, it's crazy, man. We are fucked. Like, I'm not trying to be a AI doom and gloomer here, but whatever. But I think like the more it affects normal people, like content consumption, all that, that's when you'll start getting pushback up from it. Like, I heard Tim Sweeney like made some statement the other day because Steam has put in a new rule where if anything's AI generated in your video game, you have to state it, right? So if customers are buying something, they want to know like this is just not AI slop, and which is a good thing. And I think Sweeney tried to push back and say, oh, I think we've come to a stage now where people should not have to declare if they're using AI in their games. And people pushback was crazy, and rightfully so. So what do you mean? Bro, let's say, imagine this though. Like, let's talk about it from us consumer point of view. Let's say I spent £70 on a video game, right? Say I spent Dan Houser's new video game £70, and let's say it was all made by AI. So you can, like, video games are already expensive anyway, right? And you're saying, okay, well, I can justify the cost, real humans made this, Would you be willing to spend £70 on something that is just AI slot? Like, literally just AI slot. Would you though? That seems even more of a bro. Like, people didn't work on this. It was just machines and you want me to pay 70? Yeah, like, oh, yeah, it's fucked. Fucked. That'd be interesting to see though. I wonder if journalism comes back and like, not traditional posts because those are dead anyway, but like websites start becoming better again. And like, this is the, like, I'm saying it, bro. If AI gets big, like website creators, whatever, if you're listening, or real content creators, I reckon this should be your new tagline, like, to distinguish yourself. Say, yo, this is a real person behind this channel, behind this article, behind this news source, behind this video. Come watch. I guarantee you, if the AI slop continues, that'll be a big plus for like real humans to want to view real content, right? So, and again, YouTube don't give a shit, because regardless if it's an AI video or a real person created video, the ads are gonna still run on it, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, maybe I start watching more TV shows, chat. Maybe it's the comeback of the TV show for me. I stopped watching freaking football. Goddamn Chelsea. Chelsea pissed me off. I hope Cobra's listening. If he goes back and watches this, I'm talking shit about your team, bro. Fuck Chelsea. Oh my god. Dirty ass, dirty cheating bastards, man. God damn. It was a 1-1 draw yesterday. That team is so dirty, it's ridiculous. Maybe I should start catching up on my movies and TV shows. I don't know. Bro, when is the date for... Let me go here. When does the update for Jurassic Park come out? Actually, I might put into the schedule. We might schedule in Jurassic World Evolution stream to cover the update. Because December's a bit quiet. I'm definitely covering one the game, and I got 2 others on the list. We might change that. JWE update. Is it the 9th? Hold on, let me look at chat. Ninth. Right, hold on. JW. Sorry, chat. I pressed the goddamn cough button right now. What screen are we on? All right. Wait, is there? Okay. Oh, we're good. YouTube chat, say something to me. Let me know you're alive. I don't know what this on. I'm making these. Anything else video game wise happened? It's December. Nothing. I wouldn't expect anything crazy news to come out wise. Jeff Keighley. I always say I'm not a fan of video game like awards or Keighley, whatever, but I end up freaking talking about him. Like, he put out a tweet about some video game and everybody's like, that's doing the rounds. People are like, oh, what's the video game he's talking about, and what's this image, and what's this tweet? You know, engagement bait shit. And I don't know, we'll find out when we find out, right? I saw that doing the rounds. I was like, I don't care. Anything? Oh, you know, we talked about, yeah, it's December 9th, right? Thank you, Cora. We talked about Steam Machine, right? And that 20% of video games that won't be able to play on Steam Machine. So I was doing some more research into that. It's actually way worse than I thought, because I'm not a PC gamer. I don't look into that stuff too much, and also I don't cheat, right? So the problem with Windows 10 and 11 is with anti-cheat is, so what anti-cheat is a thing that runs to make sure you can't cheat in online games. Developers love it, publishers love it, because it can also help them with stop you pirating video games. What happened on the Windows side is, I think is with Windows 11, I don't know if it's with Windows 10, and I didn't notice, anti-cheat is a kernel level has kernel level integration. If you don't know what that means is, so like you have your PC, you have your processor, right? And you have stuff that runs on top of it, which is your operating system, right? And then your operating system can run programs, right? Your operating system runs with some code underneath it, which is called the kernel level code. When you like run an exe or whatever, that's a program that is running based on Windows code, not based on kernel code. The reason anti-cheat is so good and so powerful, right, and good air quote, is because it doesn't have Windows access. It has kernel level access. The reason this is bad for consumers is if let's say somebody hacks your game, or there's a bug or a virus or whatever, or there's a mistake, having kernel level access to your operating system could lead to major security flaws. I think it's happened once or twice, right? Accidentally. So it's good for publishers because having kernel level access means that they can detect easier when you're cheating or when you're pirating. It's bad for consumers because if it goes wrong, it can go super wrong, right? So remember I was saying, oh, with the Linux, you know, you can't play a lot of these games because it doesn't have anti-cheat, which is kernel level access. But people are saying, yo, Linux might never get anti-cheat because Linux is so security based and focused, and they won't do dumb shit like that. People are mad at Windows, rightfully so, that they should have never gave publishers kernel level access or kernel level program from day one anyway, because it's too big of a security flaw. But they caved, right? Because fucking Microsoft, right? So people are saying, no, Linux will never cave to that. And this is the correct choice if we're being real, because no piece of software on your computer should ever have kernel level access. You see what I'm saying? So the only scenario is if Steam Machine does get that big, which it won't, right? That these publishers start making a new anti-cheat that is not as good or as powerful as the one on Windows, because Linux will never allow you kernel access again, which is the right choice. But the only way these publishers will take a knee on that is if Steam Machine sells enough and if there's enough demand for it because there's enough sales, which like it's gotta be like, if they know they're guaranteed to sell like 500,000, what would be the number for them to say, okay, we're gonna make a Steam Machine version with you know, a anti-cheat that doesn't have kernel access? It's gonna be less than 1 million. 1 million is too much, bro. If I can guarantee, it's gotta be more than 100,000. I'm just trying to think, because Steam Machine's gonna be lucky to do 10 million sales, you know, and then that doesn't mean 10 million people are gonna buy your game on Steam Machine. What would the sales number have to be? Like 500,000? Like what would the number be for, like, okay, we're gonna make a version for Steam Machine that doesn't have anti-cheat? I don't know, but that's the only way I see it happening. So, you know, before we was poo-pooing Steam Machine because based on the cost and all that, but it might even be a bigger problem, you know? Yeah, interesting. I think I was doing a little bit more research on it the other day, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize how bad this was. Also, fuck anti-cheat for having kernel access. God dang. And it's funny because Linux is getting better and better and better at gaming. I think Gamers Nexus or one of these YouTube channels put out a video the other day that, oh, depending on what GPU and CPU you have, you can get better performance at a certain Linux distro than on Windows 11. And that's all gamers need, right? It's like, oh, yo, you get free FPS. But then the big problem is, well, you know, if you play COD, you play Fortnite, you play FIFA, you play Madden, you play any online shooter, well, then you can't go on Linux anyway because it won't work. Core reckons 500,000, 80,000 to 500,000, or are you saying 500,000 to 800,000? Nah, that number's too vast, bro. You gotta narrow that down. I'm just like, if you guarantee 100 million, no, sorry, not 100 million, 100K sales on Steam Machine for your game, would that be enough for developers to go, okay, no, we're definitely making a Steam Machine version? 100K? Somebody do the math for me. I'm bad at mathing. If it's, let's say the video game costs 60 bucks, right? Let's say 60 bucks. 60 bucks times 100K. What is that? What is that? What number is that? Somebody tell me. And then minus 30% from that, because that's what Valve takes. That's the number that they would be leaving on the table if they can guarantee like 100K sales. 500,000 to 800,000 is what I meant. Yeah, that seems kind of, that seems like a good number. There's like no way devs would want to turn down like, oh, we could do 500,000 sales on Steam Machine. There's no way they don't make an anti-cheat version, right? Do 100K though. Do this math for me. Do $60 times 100K. What's the number? And then whatever that number is, do minus 30% of it. What's that figure? Somebody do it. 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 I could put up the calculator, but like, you know, I can't bother. I'm lazy. All right, what, wait, actually, what did I say? Is that 8.2 million? Right? Get this wrong. What did I say? No, 60 million. Is that 60 million? That's 60 million? 8.2 million. 4.2 mil? Wait, are we sure? Wait, is it 60 million or is it 8? Hold on, I could be getting this wrong. Hold on. 100. Oh, did I add too many zeros? Hold on. All right, 6 million. And what's 6 million? 6 mil. Wait, what did I say? 6 million. So not divided by. Minus 2%. $1.8 million. Is that right? 1.8 million? So 4.2 million, right? So our core's got the same number, 4.2 million. 4.2 million. That's only 100K. I didn't even do that based on 500,000. So are they gonna leave 4.2 million on the table every single time? Because now the question comes is like, yo, how much are they selling on other platforms though? Because to be fair, 4.2 million, that's not that big of a number. Like, oh, we're going to lose our anti-cheat and people are going to pirate our game more, blah, 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 for 4.2 mil? That's if they sell 100K on Steam Machine. If they sell 500,000, that turns into 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 21 million. That turns into 21 million then. 21 million. Now that sounds like a chunky number. Yo, bro, we're gonna turn down 21 million pound dollars. Now that's an interesting number, right? So I guess we'll see. Anyway, yeah, I didn't realize the anti-cheat stuff was so bad. Like, to me personally now, even if it's 500 or 400, it might be a non-starter. because I didn't realize how many games use anti-cheat. And then in that case, actually, now that I'm thinking of it, is if you're just gonna use it for your indie games, it might be fine then, because indie games don't have anti-cheat anyway, because they're not really multiplayer. So for that reason, it might be fine for Steam Machine. And in that case, using it for like graphically less intensive games is also fine, because those indie games ain't that graphically intensive anyway. But then the second question comes is like, yeah, but why would you buy a Steam Machine to play your indie games on over, say, a Steam Deck or a Switch 2? You see what I'm saying? That's just like, nah, bro. Why would I do that? All right. Anyway, that's enough yapping about random stuff. Should we get to some video gaming? Unless there's anything else to talk about. Any other comments I missed? Speak now. Forever hold your peace. Let me go here. Let me tweet out that we're live. Let me reset this fuck. Hold on. What is going on, everybody? Hope you're all well. Today we are taking a first look at Neon Inferno. We are playing on the Nintendo Switch 2. Full disclosure, code for the game was provided by the publisher, but please keep in mind this is not paid content and the publisher has no control of my critical opinion of the game. We are covering this on the 1st of the 12th, 2025. So I believe this came out like 10 days ago. And even though we're covering this on Switch 2, I believe this is just a Switch 1 game that is backward compatible, right, for Switch 2. So if you don't know what this is a run and gun shooter, subgenre of shoot 'em ups, you could say, right? Reason I say this is funny because we covered R-Type Delta the other day, and I feel like it's a shmup week on this stream. So yeah, think of, well, I've seen this being compared to games like Contra and games like Sunset Riders. Initially, this kind of reminded me of Sunset Riders, and that's why I really wanted to play it. Sunset Riders being, a SNES game and an arcade game from Konami back from the 90s. Same with Contra. Wait, was Konami Contra? Anyway, running on shooter from the 90s anyway. I would say though, playing it, this isn't like Sunset Riders. This plays very different. This is like very system heavy, but we'll get into that in a second. Another thing we should probably talk about this off the bat is, like, you can probably see scan lines here, and this is like, okay, let's go into options first and we discuss this. So if we just see what's in options, you can invert your axis, launch tutorial on every playthrough. If we go into controller, that's your options here. I've changed the dodge button. It was on, or I have not changed the dodge button. I thought I put it on B. What's going on here? Or A even. What happened there? Yeah, because I think I don't like it on L1. If we go into audio, that's the audio options here. The graphics, let's go into graphics options because that's what's important here. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is, so it has a brightness slider, it has gamma, integer scaling. So if I turn it on, so even this is a modern game, but they're designing it like a run and gun shooter from like the SNES era, right? To the point where, like, I haven't got a press release from them or anything. Like, I wonder if, like, the way they've drawn the pixels, so they wanted to make sure it's still square pixels, whatever, because this is what the integer scaling option would be for, so you don't get shimmer and things like that. It's like real hardcore nerdy. The fact that they have that option here is telling, right? And stretch to 16:9. So if you see, even if I have it off, it's just it's not stretching a little bit of the way. And again, that's you only do this if you really care about, oh, I want square pixels or whatever their aspect ratio of their pixels are. So all of this is how it was by default. Vertical sync was on. Gaussian blur was at that level, and the CRT filter, here's what the important option is. So you have skylines, CRT photosphere, phosphorus, however you pronounce that, and then you have CRT curvature. The more you turn it on, it will change. I wish there was another option here, because even though it's on 0, if you look at the bottom corners and the top corners of the screen, that the CRT curve is always on. So if I turn off the CRT filter here, see how you can see it disappears. So I wish there was a like one extra dot there to turn it off. And then you got volumetric lighting. Okay, so the reason I wanted to discuss in the beginning is, so this is the default option. So I'm assuming this is how the devs want you to play this game, right? So, and I love scanlines, so I would like to leave them on. The problem with scanlines is, especially for videos when you upload it to YouTube, but let's say you have a 1080p picture and the scanlines are artificial scanlines, so they're, you know, meant for a 1080p picture. The problem when you upload video to YouTube or any other stream platform is you don't know at what resolution the other people are viewing it as. So if you view this at 720p or 480p, or you view it on a mobile screen, or you are not viewing it in full screen, what happens is, if I have scanlines on, the scanlines are not in the correct places, so the picture looks really bad for you. You understand? The only way you can get this to look correct is you have to view it in the native resolution at full screen. This is why I always turn them off when these options are here. But because this was on by default and this is going for a specific type of look, it's like, oh, I feel like it's kind of important to turn them on. So what we might do is I might play a little bit with this, with it on, and then, you know, we add some footage in with it off, so it doesn't, because when you, again, I'm guaranteeing you, when you look at this in YouTube, it's gonna look bad. You're gonna say, why are these lines in the wrong place and everything? That's because of what I just explained. So the scanline options is obviously how, you know, how much scan lines you want or less you want, and this second filter is like how many dots you can see in the line. You know, and the higher you increase the intensity, the more dots you can see in the line, like there, and then you can turn them off totally. And then I already explained what curvature does. So yeah, that's the options you have there. Like, again, the graphics options are great. They're fantastic. Like, remember we covered R-Type Delta the other day, and I was like, it hasn't got enough options. Like, yo, these are options I want to see. But it's just, you know, you can't really, you know, they're awful for when you upload video. So you have two characters you can choose. From the little bit I've played, they both play the same. Maybe the girl has a like better jump. I'm not sure. There's a tutorial here. If we quickly go through the tutorial, so I can show you everything that is going on here. Also, let me adjust this volume now. So yeah, you can. The reason I said early on was, even though this might remind you of Sunset Riders, it's not actually Sunset Riders, because on Sunset Riders there was only one plane, right? So you move left and right, and there was, even though you might go into the foreground or the background, you were still only shooting on one plane. And in that game, they force you to go into the foreground and the background. What's different with this game here is, so you know, you have a shoot, you can shoot everywhere. To shoot into the background, there's a separate shoot button. So if I shoot with the normal button, I shoot here, and then if you want to shoot anything in the background, you hold R. So there's another shoot button to shoot into the background. So yeah, that's what makes it, you know. And I literally played because I haven't played Sunset Riders in a while, so I booted it up last night and I was playing it just to make sure I wasn't misremembering this. Anyway, you can move left and right here. This is one of the few games I'm not playing on the Joy-Cons too. I'm actually using a actual proper controller here, because you need the movement options, because this is a easy game, shall we say. So you have a jump button, you have a double jump, double jump. Okay, we got it. Hold down Y to shoot. Yeah, you can shoot like this. You got your, if you hold R2, you can like stay locked in your position. So I'm moving left and right here, but I'm locked in my position. If you hold L2, Depending on what angle you're shooting at, that angle, it will lock that angle, but you have to keep that button held down. Does that make sense? Another option is, this is like a very system heavy game. So already, you know, you got two shooting modes, foreground and background. And when you shoot enemies, some enemies on the foreground and background, they will say that. Another option, you have a melee button here. But there's also a parry, so you can parry bullets. If I go like this, you can parry them back. And if that wasn't, you know, bad enough here, you can there's also bullet time. So it's gonna show us bullet time in a second. Hold on, it's just gonna show us the shoot in the foreground and background here now. This is me shooting in the background. I can melee these enemies, I can shoot them. You know, you have a dodge, so you can dodge certain moves. So you can't parry everything. Green bullets you can dodge, or parry, sorry. Flashing bullets like that you can't. Alright, it's gonna get more complex in a second. One other mechanic they've added here, they've got bullet time. Yeah. So basically when you deflect a bullet that is green, if you hold the deflect button, it goes into bullet time, and then you can adjust where you want the deflected bullets to go. Does that make sense? It gets even worse though. You can, once you're in bullet time, you can also deflect bullets to the foreground or the background. So watch this. Let's show here. Oh, it's not going to show it here. So yeah, once you're in bullet time, if you're still holding Y, which goes into, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, while you're in bullet time, if you press R, then you can shoot those bullets that are in bullet time to the background. Does that make sense? So yeah, so there's, you know, normal shoot background. There's your parry. There's your bullet time, which is 4. So parry is mechanics of, then bullet time 4, and then bullet time into the background 5. And then there's the whole mechanic of what can you parry, what can you not parry, because it gets complex there to say, oh, if you parry certain bullets, they do parried bullets in bullet time do more damage, so you want to do those moves. And then it didn't even tell us anything about the dodge, you know. So that's 7. So this is not a simple run and gun, should we say, right? So there's an arcade mode, or, you know, you can load save a profile, and then you could play it like you know, like through campaign. Basically arcade mode is just basically 1 life and 1 continue, and then if you do a normal save file here, I'll start a new save file. You just, you know, you have like, I don't know if it's infinite continues, but you have more continues, and every time you complete a level, you get money, and from that money you can upgrade your guns, and there's like a shop as well. So you don't have that mechanic in arcade mode, I think. You know, we go medium difficulty. It tells you like challenge stage design with limited player health, identical to arcade mode except for additions of continues. So our arcade mode is hard, but we go medium. All right, I think we're good now. I think that's everything. So let's play. Wow. So yeah, you want to be doing the bullet time shots because they do more damage. There's things you can take cover behind. So, like the story seems to indicate is like Yakuza versus NYPD. Sorry, not versus. Your versus Yakuza versus and NYPD. So they're both your enemies. I was playing Sunset Riders yesterday, so I remember this. Even though it doesn't play like Sunset Riders, the second level in Sunset Riders is the horse level. So you know. They're definitely trying to borrow from that. A to change lanes. Okay, okay. Oops. Oops. Also, I can't kill civilians. Makes sense. Where are you? Nice Porsche. Alright, so here's where I'm using my lock-on shoot. So sometimes you hold your parry to go into bullet time and it actually doesn't. So I don't know if that's just missed inputs or like certain attacks you can't. Actually, I should show. I've done this boss before, so I know the animations. I should show them so you lot know. The optimal way would be to doing this is these front enemies fire green bullets. So I should. I'm pressing R1 now. See how it goes into the background. I should parry those into the background to do more damage. Here's an example of when enemies go into the background, it will say BG, not the rapper, the background. Damn it. And again. Oh my god, greed! Greed! I should have just waited. Got me concentrating out here, video game. First time, Kappa. Current balance, invoice amount, final balance, $6.5 grand. So you can go to the shop or you can go to this person who gives you your missions. Let's just go to the shop to show you what it is. I don't think I have anything enough here to buy anything though. Return to item. Change your mind. You. Oh, return item. You mean? Plasma shield. Look this. Financial right. Flame shot. That's rapid shock. Chaser shot. Getting chased by the pigs though. I like how they refer to them. It's pretty good if you've got a plasma knife. Flash wave. Obviously we haven't got enough for anything here. Choose your next mission. Let's just go for the top one. Ask for details. Alright, let's go. The optimal way would be to parry that girl's grenade into the background, into that machine. Right, music might be a bit loud here, but I think they've done it on purpose, artistically, to give you kind of that Street Rage 2 second club level vibe. If I don't shoot these lot, they help me. Leave anything for us, just bodies. Uh-oh, I didn't realize. Literally all hell breaking loose. Continue from lounge. Alright, continue from lounge. Well, no boss fight continues on this level. Jeez. Oh, I'm pretty sure I told you, right? You can't deflect flashing bullets. You can only deflect green. Damn it, tried to parry that. And that. Oh my goodness. Okay, gotta learn this guy's patterns. Wasn't I in cover? Okay, well, we might as well return to checkpoint because we haven't got enough to do the boss. Damn. I wonder if it's better just to dodge from the you're shooting into the background. Oh, my day's getting clapped. You have Rex? Oh wait, civilians. Oh no, don't use civilians. Wait, it says don't shoot civilians though. What am I meant to do? Oh, melee them? What? Oh, maybe at that point there's no civilians? Oh, I guess they're shooting. Okay, okay. So if I'm in the civilians, they're shooting them. Okay, so I'm assuming at this point there is no civilian. And again, not letting me parry. Man, the scan lines make this section look really nice. What kind of nightclub is this? All right, at some point I do want to turn off scan lines, like I said, because I'm worried about how it's going to look on the YouTube video. What hit me? What in the world? Checkpoint, skip. Oh, wrong button. Dude, oh, I was facing the wrong way. Right, the locking on is helpful here. Locking direction, sorry, should I say. Damn. Yeah, right. Uh-oh. Spoke too soon. This guy watched too much RoboCop. Oh no. Oh shit. Alright, the trick was to avoid this. Whew. Wait, so I'm confused though. Didn't I have 6K from before? Maybe I'm dying and us. Like, why is my money not being saved? Can I could have just changed the graphics menu from within the options. Why am I going out to the main menu? Because in R-Type the other day you had to go into the main menu. So I was thinking, all right, so let's turn off the CRT filter. Let's load back our save file. Oh, and then from here, it lets you go right into the mission select, or if you want to go to the shop. All right, everybody could let me know what they think. Fan lines and photosphere off or on. I taking damage there regardless. Well, no, chat. I know I had 6 grand before, but I'm assuming I got 6.5 grand per mission. So shouldn't it have doubled? You see what I'm saying? I did a mission and I got no credit for that, so I'm assuming like maybe because I lost my credit. Oh my days. All right, let's try that again. Dude, annoying. Oh my god! Restart checkpoint. Yes. Oh, I just. What is it? I wonder if that's what caused me to lose the credit. Okay, so when he slams the door, it has an explosion. Yeah, this is definitely not a Joy-Con game. Okay, so dodge rolling is the only way to... want to get the perfect run. All right, don't try to get that parry in because the door is going to hit you. Oh my god, bullets everywhere! Whew. Right, this level's making my eyes roll. What do you think? Skyline CRT filter on? Wow. On or off? Packers playing on, streaming off. Agreed. Damn it. Wait, where? Oh, there's a rope. There's a rope. What did he fire at me? Oh, I was like thinking to myself, wait, why can't you not just speed run through this? Wait, what happened? Wait, civilians killed? What civilians? What are you talking about? Oh, I guess I could dodge roll those. Damn it. Oh, there was a civilian thing in the background. No. Die, you piece of... Ooh, okay. What? Are you serious? No way. That is a... There's a 2-stage boss fight and there's no... Okay, fine. Like I'm aiming for every civilian on purpose. Dude, how come it doesn't give me a checkpoint from there? That's crazy. fact that he freaking does that stunt is annoying. Every single hit that I've taken is because I've rolled into him. I don't know why the jump missed. Also, I've got enough. Turn the fuck around, dumbass! Goddamn controls, man. Oh my. Oh! Fuck you. What? How? I was ducking. I guess if you're too far back. Oh, that's bad. Double lasers. Yeah, we're still gonna die, and I'm probably gonna take 2 shots and dead on the next level. Wait, what? The bike go okay, maybe I've got to change lanes. It doesn't give me a continue on this section. That's just annoying. Maybe it wants me to come here like powered up. I'm about to take a bullet here. Ooh. Oh, maybe not. Prosumer. Ooh. Screw you. Finally got enough to buy something. Flash wave if you're getting. Can't buy that anyway. Let's do auto aim. To use the item you just bought, press duck and R B toggle at any time within the stage. Another new mechanic. Man down. I think there's 7 levels. All right, so down. What? Down on R? I'm pressing it. What do you mean? Oh, it said press in the right stick. Standard crossover, fast crossover. How'd I go back to my other gun though? Oh, wait, options. Controller, shoot, deflect, dodge, aim. It doesn't even tell us. Oh, wait. Speed toggle. I want to waste them bullets. Okay, those guys are annoying. Oh. No shit. Man, the fuzz out here with next level ammunition for what? Civilians? Oh, did I go wrong way? No. Oh, you know what? Don't the armor remind you of Judge Dredd? The movie with Sly Stallone? Oh shit, how do you track? You are annoying. I agrees. It is very Judge Dredd. I like that movie. Like a lot. I really like that movie. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm just saying I like that movie. Fun. It's dumb. The Slicer one, the new one I haven't seen, by the way. I know they did a remake. I'm not a fan of that actor who was in the remake, so I didn't watch it. No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not into Judge Dredd. I didn't watch the comic books or anything like that. I'm just like that movie. Didn't play the games. Like, you know, I'm not a fan or anything like that. Guess I'm a bit of a Sly Stallone fan of that era anyway. Don't watch like his newer stuff. Got a TV show, I think. Just, you know, Rocky and 90s Sly stuff was not bad. Dude, okay, maybe you knife him. Okay, okay. Oh my days. Oh, he's huh? Hold on. Yeah, I want you to. I thought, let's not kill him. He's gonna kill the thing in the back, and he didn't. Damn it! That was so stupid. Three hits for nothing. Well, that's a rip. I mean, life would be nice. Some kind of health pickup. Dude, they were not happy this pattern. Straight away, we're going with the big lasers. Are you shoot? Okay, maybe is the perspective. Very good at platformers, by the way. Oh, okay, that's not even funny now. Who reckons if I would have touched... Ooh, dogs off. That's all we need. If I would have touched that burning mech, I would have got damage. Play bitch. Again, what this game is not doing so far is convert like Sunset Riders, Contra. You had like mid-level pickups that gave you better bullets, better guns even. Which I like that mechanic. That was a cool vehicle though, like modern day Batman tank. My gun, remember the one I spent so much money on? Oh, come on. Uh-oh. Alright, cheating. Give me a sec, chat. Right back. Sorry about that. My immersion. Why didn't he fall into the pit of fire? Video game. Wait. Oh. They're in the foreground? Okay, okay. Imagine if he dropped his machine gun, how cool that would be now. RoboCop versus Terminator. Shout out that game. I only came to learn him during my adulthood that it was meant to be a hard game, because that shit was hard. I could only play it with the cheats. I was on Bad Hat Video Game. That game was meant to be hard. What a weird crossover for a game. It'd have been cool in movies. Terminator. What that? Nobody doesn't know the reference. You haven't played that game. You're like, what are you talking about? Also, music is allowed. Oh yeah, chat makes a good point. We got that back in MK. It wasn't the same though. I'm talking about more run and gun shooter, you know? Boss fights have been cool. Ouch. Jeez, went straight Super Turricane. Oh, actually, technically Contra as well. I had a boss fight with a fist, right? I think. I was never a Contra fan. I know, shocking. Oh, what? Okay, so if I touch the boss's fist. Again, NYPD be excessive in it, lads. Bet you there's gonna be another phase. Hold you. I've no. What the? Budget Samus whipping my ass. Honestly, I think I prefer my run and guns shmups a bit more mindless. Like I would have liked this art style and these enemies, but just plain shooting, just blast everything rather than focus on front, back, parrying, dodge this. Oh, that's new. What? Okay. Maybe you meant to dodge roll that? I don't know. Yep. I'm trying to lock that angle. Thank you very much. What is going on with this boss? It's cool though, but Wow. That was terrible. Right about the lack of commentary. As you can see, this ain't the game where you can multitask. Oh, he's looking at my chat. Okay. Yeah, that laser section is annoying. Got half a health bar to go. If I can get through this section with like one hit, maybe, I think it would benefit on that second phase. Oh, maybe that's the trick. Oh, no, maybe that's not the trick. Oh, that's definitely not the trick. Oh my days, I didn't even see it. What if I parry very late? That's right, dodge roll very late. I can avoid that rocket section. Because this is the one I'm like, without fail, getting hit on. Yo. Oh no. Damn it, that was a trash hit. Shit. Shit. Get wrecked, annoying ass. Can I return? Hold on. I thought these were permanent unlocks. Yeah, scan lines would definitely help this level. There's too much going on. Wait, what hit me? And you know what? I wish somebody would remaster, but it's never gonna happen. Is my ship stuck? What happened here? Hey, did I clip out or something? What was going on there? Oh, maybe I have to go foreground, background or something? Sorry, what was I saying? Yeah. In the Hunt. Somebody should remaster that. Great game. Arcade version, because the PlayStation version wasn't the best version. It was, I think it was the Metal Slug devs. There's way too much going on here. How are you meant to even see? What the hell? Game said return to the tutorial. Lol. Yeah, the tutorial didn't tell us about going into the foreground. Or background, sorry. I guess you gotta just look out for the flash. Oh, sneaky guy. Believe it or not, you still gonna burn. Matrix. If anybody's curious. Yo. Okay, you're just gonna be nice about it and say, no, continue, start from the beginning. Hold you. I wonder if I can farm the first couple of levels to get more money. Actually, I don't think you can. Oops, wrong button. Why did I do that? Whoa. Oh man, such is the fact that you have to restart right from the beginning. And each boss fight is like 5 minutes long. Give me PTSD of that. Was it Sonic All Stars, whatever we played? And I was like, dude, why are these boss fights so long? This part is real easy. Just like I've got the pattern down now. It takes 10 years to get there. Freaking hell, video game. Hard to tell if that's foreground or background. You want to go in front or behind the ship to get the green bullet. You get more damage. How many times does that bounce? To get more damage to kill the boss quicker, but really? Okay. I wonder if you get more credits. We got 2 levels left to see. I was gonna restart, but I was like, nope, it's gonna take too long. Wow. Man, there is a lot of bullshit on this level. Wow. It's so weird that you can't go back to your other gun. Like, I'm trying everything. That's so... strange. I think I'm ready to give some final thoughts on this and even a review because you know, we got like a stage to go and we've completed the game, right? So first of all, good points. I'm liking the art style. I like the graphic option they gave you, and I like the commitment to, you know, pixel art and scan lines and CRT filters. All of that is fantastic. It's great. When we come to gameplay, even though it looks like it's borrowing a lot from Contra and even more, say, Sunset Riders, it doesn't actually play like either one of those games. In the sense, yes, it's a run and gun, but it's like a modern day take on a run and gun, whereas sure is using classic 2D pixel art, but it's got a lot of systems built in. So, you know, you could shoot into the foreground, you could shoot it separately into the background with a separate button. You got a dodge button, you got a parry button. If you hold down your parry button, you got a bullet time button. Then you got a bullet time button that, you know, you can reflect those bullets into the foreground or background. So, and then, you know, unlike like Sunset Riders and Contra, you don't pick up power-ups in the level. There's like a shop mechanic, and then you know, spend your currency in the shop to then use in the level. One thing I was trying to figure out and I couldn't figure out is, like, once you upgrade your weapon, you have limited bullets, and you can't, it seems you can't switch out to your standard weapon if you want to save those bullets. So like maybe that's a mechanic they should have added. Yeah, I think like it would have probably been better if they got rid of the shop mechanic and then added power-ups into the level like classic run and guns. I reckon the reason they didn't do that is because then the levels would be too easy. That's why they probably didn't make it like that. And yeah, so I would say it's a bit deceptive if you're coming to this thinking, yo, it's Sunset Riders. It's not Sunset Riders. Because again, that shooting into the background and foreground, and a lot of the bosses are based on that. You know, it's not like run and guns are mindless. Like, and I don't mean that as a derogatory term, right? Like, sure, you worry about bullet patterns and things like that, but you just shoot. Here, it's you also gotta worry about foreground, background. Do I dodge into the foreground? Do I dodge into the background? Because later on, you actually go into the foreground yourself. There's a button to go foreground, background, you know, parry, and there's just a lot going on. And then later on, I think some of the boss fights are just way too long. And then the continued checkpoints, sure, we could have gone on an easier level, but playing at the default, I wanted to play at the default difficulty to see what that felt like, right? Yeah, later on, like the checkpoints between bosses are just too long, and then the bosses ain't hard. It's just that, you know, you got like 5 hits, and then you have to do 2 or 3 bosses with those 5 hits, right? And if you die, you restart and you go to the first boss, which is then gonna take you about 5 minutes to kill. So that whole process is just unnecessarily long and padded out. And again, it feels like they did that on purpose just to lengthen out the game. So I think it's not bad. It's like, again, if they was gonna do a run and gun, they probably thought, okay, we needed to add all these mechanics into a modern day run and gun just to, you know, make it not seem as simple. But that's like half of the charm and fun of run and guns, right? So yeah, I to be honest, I don't think I was feeling the gameplay as much as I was the graphics. It is nice. There's a twist on the run and gun. Because again, if I guess if they would have made it like that simple, you could have just, there's 7 levels, right? You could have got rather quickly. But you know, as an interesting twist on it, and again, we don't get a lot of run and guns. It's pretty cool to see. So yeah, there you have it. Shorter video will go up on YouTube. Live streams will be up on Twitch and YouTube under our live stream tabs. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. You looking forward to this? Have you played it? I think there might have been a demo. I'm not sure. Maybe that was only on PC. I think this is out on everything, right? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, follow and subscribe depending on the platforms you're watching. Turn those notification bells on so you do know when new videos drop. Or not. I think I'm gonna call it this one. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. Peace. Excuse me, chat. Excuse me. All right, let me go. Go here. Let me go shade. No. What was I was gonna say something. I'm totally forgot what I was gonna say. Short and sweet tonight. It's a bit nice when you're playing 2D indie, games. You can. Like 3 hours, you know what the game is. You can give your full opinions and review and stuff. We're covering some of them big crazy games. You like 5 hours and you barely scratch the surface, right? You're like, oh, what's the game about? I don't know. Next stream Thursday, I believe. We should be checking out another Switch 2 port of a pretty big game. Can't say for 100% because I'm like 90% sure we're covering it, but that's the plan. That is the plan. Anything else to announce or to talk about? Again, we covered quite a few indie shoot ups over the last week or so. One of them will be going up on. Am I lying? Hold on. What's going up on YouTube tomorrow? There is a video going up on YouTube tomorrow. I can't remember what. Demon School, actually. I think it's Demon School tomorrow. So if you missed that first, there'll be a highlight of that tomorrow, and then Friday is R-Type. Chat goes, I don't know why people like long boss fights. After a while, you just want to move on. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. I guess for certain games it makes sense, right? But for like other types of game, it just especially for 2D pixel art, like even in 2D Metroidvanias, like those long boss fights, it just doesn't do it for me. For Souls likes and 3D games, sure, but even with those like extra long boss fights, and in this game there was like, so that last level we did, it was like mini boss after mini boss after mini boss, and each mini boss is like 7 minutes. So like too bad you're a console streamer. You could have passed some time if you dropped frames by playing. Wait, what? Too bad you're a console streamer. You could have passed time if you're dropping frames. What do you mean if I'm dropping frames? By playing Scrandle. Eh? Do you mean, oh, if you had problems with your stream, you could have played this on PC while waiting? Not that you're dropping frames if you was dropping frames. I think that's what you meant. You're a foodie? Scrandle? What the hell is Scrandle? I have to look this up now. Is it a play on Scrabble? There was a new game released that people said it is like a roguelike Scrabble game. The only problem is I'm dyslexic, so my spelling sucks. So I was like, oh, I'm not covering that game. I don't know what's in pictures of food. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. It's a play on Scran. Oh, so it is a Scrabble game to do with food. Wait, wouldn't that even be what, 1, dyslexic, 2, spelling's bad because dyslexic, and 3, it's not even words though, because food names are names. and names have weird spellings, so it'll be making it even more difficult. What are you trying to do, chat? Maybe look extra stupid on stream? Thanks. Actually, that is what they're trying to do. That's chat's whole objective. Oh, it isn't Scrabble? Okay. Wait, explain it. Give me one sentence TLDR. What are you talking about? What is this? You pick between two picks of good to see what people guess is superior food. Oh. Is this like a website? Is it actual video game that you download, or is it like a website? Bro, I'd play this. Is it a site or is it a game? Okay, this sounds great. It's a web game. Give me the link. Hold on, give me the link. I'll check it for next stream. I'd be down in browser. Post it in the Discord. I'll check it out. We check out the start of next stream or something. I don't know. Oh, interesting. I'll post it in Discord. Cool, nice. All right, chat. Let's call it short, sweet. Appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for tuning in today. Again, don't forget to come check us out on our Discord. Finally, stuff starts to slow down. December. So you know we should be going back to one or two of those games that we meaning to go back to a while. I don't 100% promise, because you know half of the publishers on planet Earth might decide, oh, you know, December, 2 days before Christmas, we're gonna release all our games. You never know. You never know. But I think there's only like 2 games to cover, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, I'll update on the schedule like next week and coming weeks of what we're doing, but hopefully get to chill back and relax a little bit more. Other than that, once again, don't forget those videos will be dropping on YouTube over the next couple of days. Don't forget to share them, drop a like on them. I'd appreciate it very much. It does always help the channel. Other than that though, I'll catch you all next time. Thank you for lurking around today. Appreciate you. Much love. Peace.